Let's go to Peter now, and he's going to be joined by one of his guests, or one of the guests that will be attending our SABC News New Age breakfast that's taking place in Fourways this morning. Peter, who are you with now?
Leanne, thank you very much indeed. In fact, we're in Fourways, just north of Johannesburg, and this is the scene for the latest in the series of New Age business briefings brought to you by the SABC. And today we're taking a look. The debate, I guess, is the interesting title: "The World That Counts: Data Revolution for the Post-2015 Sustainable Development Agenda." And we've got people that have come here from all walks of life, particularly in the NGO space. And one of the delegates here is Mr. Peter Ndoro, who's the president of the National Alliance of NGOs, and he's also the chair of the National CSO MDG National Committee. And I'm going to ask him a few questions about why he's here and what his hopes are when we talk about post-September. Thank you very much for joining us on the program. Welcome to you, sir.
Good morning, sir.
All right, so why are you here? What are your issues?
My issues are actually consolidated into only one. I'm not going to talk about a lot. Our interest is to hear more about the upcoming Sustainable Development Goal, which would be probably an outcome from onset of the report writing of the MDG finally in September, to be submitted in New York. And we would hope to see, therefore, a sustainable development goal program that could actually address, the basic issues and, service delivery, which has, poor service delivery that has actually been seen for a long time, as a result of poor service delivery by the government. And we would like to see people having clean water, simple thing. And
all right, let me ask you. We've got the Statistician General, with us. Jeff Radebe, the Minister in the Presidency, and he's the custodian, I guess, of the National Development Plan. How can these two people help you in this post-2015 Sustainable Development era?
One, the Statistics General has, a particular task, for his department, of which it is to count and check out the data that is probably perfect, to be dished out to country and the world. And that's my understanding. And unfortunately, that information, although it happens, it doesn't really get to the people. You can have the information to the world, but the necessary information that talks to the issues that matter most in the communities does not reach the community, so that themselves can be able to try and help. How can they ensure that service delivery happens?
All right, so when we talk about sustainable development post 2015, what does that mean for Jabusutole, for example, in Soweto, or Isaac, whatever, in Phumelele? What does it mean for him from your perspective?
NDP, it looks like as a program that makes sense to a certain extent, but to particular levels of people. People on the ground, they hear about it and not to the fullest, number one. And number two, it is actually not very much clear what it entails for the benefit of the person on the ground, ordinary person, and therefore they don't know what their benefit is out of this. And in fact, there is a lack of participation into all processes towards development of that program. And of course, as much as they could be aware, the thing is they just don't know how to contribute to make sure that that program is implemented.
All right, so you're also the chair of the National CSO MDG National Committee. We're coming out of the MDG era, and I'm just wondering what difference. We've had the Millennium Development Goals, now we're talking about Sustainable Development Goals. What is the difference for the ordinary man in the street, the shift from development goals, MDGs, to the Sustainable Development Goals?
I think our government might be doing well, but it must please stop playing with the words here, because as yet whilst we probably gone through this process of developing that writing of the report, people still are not aware of what it means and what it takes for the MDGs. That's one thing. Now we are jumping to the sustainable, yes, and yet that NDP is not known. And sustainable development, what are you going to sustain?
Okay, unfortunately we ran out of time, but I look forward to the questions that you're going to put through to our panel a little bit later on. Mr. Mtshiqela, who's the president of the National Alliance of NGOs, thank you very much indeed for your time, sir.
Thank you.
All right. Okay, well, that's what's going to happen in terms of the conversation we're going to have, but I wonder, and I guess for you, very important information is what the weather is looking like. Let's cross now to Tsietsi, Paul Monaro.